Hello, guys. This is Miss Kia, and I am here to do a quick tutorial with you about how the NC check-in will look, and basically all of your online tests will look for this year. So this is a tutorial that you can look at any point. You will go here. This is your the actual link that I have for you in the previous video that takes you here to the tutorial. So you will choose a test name depending on your grade and the type of test that you're going to take. So I'm just going to pick sixth or seventh grade reading and math, and I am going to enable test read aloud. Now, if you have the read aloud function, you will have this option for you both at home and at school. And that is based on whether you have a current IEP, a 504, or an EL plan. And your teacher should have already been doing read aloud with you in the classroom during assessments. So this shouldn't be something new for you. You can change your font size to regular font or large font, and you can also change your background if that is helpful for you. So you will go ahead and log in. Once you log in with your student ID and passcode, the start page is going to look like this. So it'll have your name, your student ID, and your school here. You need to check all of that information and make sure that it is correct so that you get credit for taking the check in. Okay. So at this point as well, you do not start on your own. I want to make that very clear. If you're at home, you may start on your own, but if you're at school, you do not start on your own. Your teacher will be reading some instructions to you before you start. Now, at the end of those instructions, she will say you may begin. And at that point, you will click start, double check this information again, and then click OK. So you see here, this is how this interface works. You have your reading passage on one side, and then you have questions. Okay, so just like in any other test, a paper and pencil test, you would read the reading passage, and then you're going to pick your question. Now, some of the things that are here, some tools that you have here are you can strike something that you don't think is correct if you are reading this and you go, oh Lord, I know it's not Thomas Edison. So you can click that off. So that'll take that out. Okay, that's striking. While you're reading, you may, I'm not very good at this, highlight things. You can erase that highlighting here. Okay. And you also have this handy thing that will tell you about the toolbars. So clearing the highlighting, unhighlighting, and striking through are the main things that you have here. You also have this flag here where you can flag a question so that you know when you finish and you review at the end, you know to come back to that one. You can take the flag off like that. So then you go to next. You'll keep clicking. Now I'm not reading this. I'm just going through and clicking, okay? All right. So here's some math questions. So here's your read aloud. Okay? So when it's not readable, it will tell you that. Okay? So you'll click through. Remember, if there's a bar here, that means you can scroll up and down. So make sure that you look at all the answer choices by scrolling up and down. Here's the read aloud again. Okay, so it does read everything for you if you have that option. If you do not have read aloud as part of your options, it won't even give you this option or won't have this button here. So you'll notice I didn't answer that one. Look here. There is no answer there, so there's no star in that question. So this is your review. So you'll go back here to 6, and then I can put an answer to the question, right? Then I hit next. Now that I've put an answer in there, it has a star, so you can check, oh, I've got every star there. It'll give you a caution, are you really finished? Asking you if you're really finished. Click next. And then continue, you will have the calculator active part. Now let me show you about the calculator active part. You will have a calculator here to use during this. So you really won't need a calculator that is brought in, but those will be provided for you too if you'd rather use a calculator in your hand. But that is always an option for you. So I'm just going to put an answer here. And there are my answers. I can see from my test summary review that I have everything there. When I am finished, I can click End Test. It will bring up that caution. Are you sure you're finished? If you are sure, hit End Test. When you see this stop, you're going to raise your hand to get further instructions from your teacher, who will have already told you and given you some instructions on what you can do after you finish.